Hello. How's everybody doing? So, hi. Are we here? Are we here? Is everybody here? So, um, Andrea Cox here. I hope everybody's doing really, really well. Can everybody hear me? Drop me some comments. Say hi. Click off of some of these things. Hi, Shannon. Yay. So, if you don't know who I am or why I'm here, um, my name is Andrea Cox, and I am a living, breathing, working artist. And I am originally from the Rust Belt, which I hail from Buffalo, New York. I was there until I was 28 or so, and now I live in Colorado. And so when I was in Buffalo, I was very heavily involved in the arts and music community there. Hi, Jeremy. Um, so, what that entailed was me getting my art education at the University of Buffalo. I have a bachelor's degree in art with concentration in photography. So, I am formally trained. And I did my internship at SEPA Gallery. Look that up. They are a very cool gallery. It's high end but welcoming. So that was a very cool place to cut my teeth. Um, I ran their darkroom for a while. I did massive amounts of framing for them because I also have a background in custom framing. So that is me. That is where I come from. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about how are we going to make money with our art if there's no art shows right now. We can't even have gallery shows, and that's totally lame. And I can't wait to get back to it. And I was so excited for my April show at the cafe here in town, but it's canceled because, none of us can leave our houses. So we have to come up with new and interesting ways to still make money during a time like this. And I thought that I would challenge all of you to schedule in your calendar right now a virtual art show. I suggest maybe doing this about 6 weeks from now. Don't give yourself too long because you need to force yourself to just do it. And I'm thinking about actually making a mini course about how to do this and the best practices. So if somebody's interested in that mini course, please comment or drop a little emoji in there or PM me if you want more info on that. So let me just look at my notes here. Yeah, so my April show was canceled, and I was like, crap. I really wanted to do that. I really wanted to make some money doing that. All my works are always for sale when I show them. So I was like, darn, what am I going to do for April? And then I thought, well, gee, I mean, what actually prevents me from not just having that show? So I decided to do it as a live stream auction. Now, it was not going to be an auction at the cafe, which was going to be the gallery space. That was going to be constant price. You put a little tag next to the work. It says the price and it says the name of the piece, and that's that. And then people see it and they like it and they buy it. Great. So for a virtual show, that might be all fine and well, but to create a little more buzz, I thought it would be a lot more fun to do it as an auction. So this is going to take some really heavy marketing on my end beforehand so that everybody knows that if they're not there during the live feed, they're probably going to miss out because it is going to be highest bidder wins. So hopefully that just kind of makes it more fun. And, hopefully pushes the price up as well. So that's what I decided to do on that. I did put that link in there in the group here. So I really hope all of you can show up. And even if you aren't looking to buy, that's fine. If you just want to use mine as an example, I think that you'll be pretty interested in the way that I do it. And we're going to talk a little bit more in another video about how you can really make people realize that they should invest in art now, even during such an uncertain time. So I'm going to talk about that at a different point. Comment, share, like, say hi if you're here. Let's see. We are, so I'm going to turn this into a mini course, this one about virtual art shows. And then I'm probably going to start offering some one-on-one training for you guys too. If you need help with your artwork, if you need critique and feedback, I am willing to do that. And we could do that via Zoom call or FaceTime or whatever other sort of chat. So there's some options there for you if you do need some more personalized time. Let's see what Shannon says. So where would you start the bidding in that scenario? Like what price point? Would you start at what you plan to sell it for at the gallery? Okay, so here's my plan. If I was putting a piece up normally for about, I don't know, say $150, okay? Now, keep in mind, stuff's a little strange right now. So I'm probably going to start the bidding at like 100 or 125 and just see where it goes. And I do talk about this a little bit more in the mini course, which I've already started outlining. So there's going to be some best practices there. I'm also interested to see what my highest bid is on each of the pieces, because that might actually help me determine my constant prices for future shows that aren't auction based. So that is actually going to be really helpful. So this one's going to be like a big social experiment. I'm pretty interested in it. So yeah, I hope that answers your question a little bit. You would put your starting bid close to, around, maybe slightly lower than where you would think your constant price would be. So let's see. Also, another thing I'm working on here is, we're all here. It's called Art Biz Boss, Become an Exhibiting Expert. I am working on my big fat awesome course called Become an Exhibiting Expert, and that'll be available to you guys soon. It's in the works. So I might come out with this mini course first for these virtual shows, because I want all of us to be able to make money now, because that's what we got to do. That's what we have to do. So those are options, though, that are going to be available to you in the future. So if you have any questions about that, you can PM me, comment, tag other people that you think might be interested in this. I want to help you guys. I'm here to help you guys on all of this. So I would like for you to, right now, in your calendar, schedule an art show. Just do it. Just do it right now. Probably about 6 weeks from now. I don't even care if you don't have a single piece of art made, not one. Because here's what you're going to do. You are going to work your schedule backwards, and you are going to, backwards from that 6 weeks out, you're going to mark, okay, you have to have all your marketing materials done 2 weeks beforehand so you can start pushing that really hard. You have to have, before that, you're going to need probably 1 week to frame and finish all your work. And then you have these 3 weeks to build a body of work. And guys, it doesn't need to be huge. It doesn't need, just make 10 pieces. If they're paintings, if it's something that takes you a really long time, maybe you only need 3 or 4. Don't overthink it. Don't think that it has to be this crazy, something that would be at the Met, because it's not. This is us trying to make do with the current situation and sell out of our homes, because these are the circumstances that we have right now. So, schedule it. I want to know as soon as you have it scheduled, I want you to drop it in the comments. Okay. Then we can start kind of building out, okay, how can I help you accomplish this? So, a couple more things about virtual shows. There's some back end work to do on this. You're going to have to figure out how are these people going to pay you. So if you don't already have a PayPal, a Venmo, a way to take credit cards, something like that, you should probably get that set up. But make sure you're using something that's heavily used. Like a lot of people have PayPal. Not everybody has Venmo. You could tell people that they could mail you a check and that you're not going to mail out the piece until the check clears. That's an option. It's pretty old school and kind of slow, but it's doable. I would not try to deal with cash through the mail. We all know that's a big no-no. So if you have questions about that, feel free to schedule a call with me. And let's see, a couple other ways to probably try to make some money right now. Obviously, you probably have your website. If it's not set up to sell, it needs to be. It needs to be. You need to have your art available for sale online, okay? And that needs to be somewhere where people can just click and buy so that you don't have to do a bunch of work. Another cool thing to do right now, since we're all just kind of home, is there's tons of online art contests. National Geographic has great photo contests all the time. There's tons of just stuff to be done with your art from home. And we're just going to have to be patient and get back to our gallery shows when we can, when it's safe to. Does anybody have any questions so far? Thank you, Shannon, for that question. That was a great question. Oops. Hi, people. Hi, Nichelle. Boop. So, no, decline. No phone calls right now. Boop. So is this in relation to selling a physical painted piece online or selling digital art services or both? Nichelle, I am talking about selling physical pieces over the internet using a live feed like this. So basically, I'm going to hold up, I don't have any art next to me. Let's pretend that this awesome book right here that I recommend to all of you, let's pretend this is my piece of art. So Nichelle, I'm literally going to hold up my piece of art. I'm going to show it to everybody so they can really, really see it. Okay. And there's a lot more that goes into this. I gotta kind of prep people for this in the coming weeks. But I'm going to show them a piece and then I'm going to start the bidding. Okay. So I'm going to say, all right, starting bid for this piece right here is $75. Now you guys are going to comment. Nichelle, go ahead, type $75. Do it. So you are going to type in your bid. And then we're just going to keep it going. Okay, 75. Do I have 100? Okay, do I have 125? All right. And then when it slows down, when it slows down and stops, that's your high bid and that's your winner. Okay? So then basically after I'm all done auctioning everything, I'm going to go back through and see who all my highest bidders were. And then I'm going to send them basically an invoice or a link so that they can pay. Okay. Once their payment has processed, so, this might all have to happen like the next day or later that night or whatever, depending on the time. Thanks, Nichelle. Thank you for bidding $75. 100. See? Exactly. Okay. Do I have another bid? So we're building excitement, okay, because other people are $1 million. We're building excitement and the price is pushing up for us, which is totally thumbs up. Once I have my highest bidder, maybe I have a helper, maybe my husband Matt is going to like write it all down for me as we're doing it, but I always have this so I can go back through and see who my highest bidder was. I can send them a link to pay. Once their payment has processed, then I can properly package and ship their physical piece of art. Mm-hmm. Now, you could do this with digital services, but for now, I'm going to stick with talking about physical pieces because selling digital files is tricky and a lot of people can't like wrap their head around it. They're like, I don't understand what I'm buying. So it's a lot easier to hold up a physical object and tell people this is what you're getting. This is literally the thing that I'm going to ship to you. Okay. Any other questions right now? And again, guys, I think I'm gonna pump this out really quickly as like a mini course, which I should hopefully have ready for you guys within the next, 2 weeks. So that you can really get a good idea of how I'm going to do this. Also, please, please, please show up to mine and you'll see exactly how I'm going to run this here. I think it's going to be pretty successful. This is the first time I'm doing this, but I'm confident that I'm at least going to sell some work, and it's going to be a lot better than having no art sell this month because my show got canceled. So I think that this is going to be a really interesting way to go. Is selling this way professional? Probably not. But guess what? This is what we got to do to keep everything rolling. And let's see what else I wanted to say about all this. You're really going to have to stress the fact that, these people are investing in something that is awesome. Art makes people feel good, and they're stuck in their house and they should totally hang some new art on the wall. That's what they should do since they're stuck home. And they get the feel good feelings about it because they're supporting somebody who is a living, breathing, working artist and who also needs money to get through this crazy, crazy time. I have all sorts of more information about this, but you guys are going to have to hold off on that, and I will build that course. It's going to be pretty low ticket, guys. I'm going to pump this one out to you probably at a really affordable rate, okay? Because I think this one's just going to be more fun than anything. So again, if you guys are interested or you know someone who is interested, please tag them or send me their name or whatever it is that you need to do to get everybody connected, because I think this is going to be really, really helpful for a lot of artists that don't have a way to show right now. So I'm super excited. Also, my husband, Matt, is going to be playing some music. So I'm going to have live music at my show too. So I think this is going to be really cool. Shannon, I don't see what's not professional about it. I feel like it shows how committed you are to your craft. I value all the small businesses who are getting creative right now. Thank you for that insight. A lot of times we as artists get kind of caught up on like the big, pretty, white wall gallery show where, everybody's having wine and cheese. And sometimes we want to be that stuffy and sometimes we really don't. I think that me having an art show in my living room fits pretty well with my Buffalo roots. But that I also do have that desire to have the beautifully finished white wall show, which, I have had plenty of and was about to have, but just can't do it right now. I'm debating whether or not to hang stuff on my walls, but I don't think I want that many holes in the walls. So I think I'm just going to hold them up. What do you think about doing this with photography prints? Totally should have tagged my girl. So that's exactly what I will be doing. I have photo prints and I have cyanotypes. That is my medium, is photography. You can do this with any sort of physical piece, guys. It could be sculpture, painting, collage, 2D art, 3D art. As Nichelle mentioned, we could even get into the technicalities of how you're going to do this with just digital pieces. So there's the possibilities are endless. And that's why I want you guys to really think about how could you take this idea and make it your own, because just because you see mine and it's a good system doesn't mean that you can't tweak it and make it your own. So there's tons of possibilities on best practices and how to make this work for you, and your specific art. So, what else? So to get a little more specific there on my show, that's April 16th at 4 p.m. Mountain, which is 6 p.m. Eastern. Please join me, even if it's just so that you can see how I do it. But also maybe you want to buy some of my art. And I'm going to have framed works and then unframed works as well. There's two reasons for this. Unframed works are obviously a little less expensive because I don't have that cost incurred for framing or shipping. They're lighter to ship. So I can spread out my pricing. Okay, so I can have more affordable works and then higher end or larger works and then framed works as well. So you have to keep this in mind. If you're shipping stuff, your starting bid has to cover your frame, your shipping, all the supplies and materials. And we could talk about pricing all day. We could talk about different pricing strategies, but make sure you're covering all of those costs and getting your profit on top of that. That's where your constant or your starting bid has to be. You can't cut yourself short and then realize that the shipping was going to cost you $50, and you're only going to make $10 or you're going to lose money after the whole deal. Not good. So you need to have your money worked out ahead of time. Let's see anybody else here. Any other questions so far? Any other people you can think of that need to hear this information? Let's see what else. Who else can we put in here? Can we tag people? Yeah. And then, I think that's all I'm going to say for now, because I really want to be able to bring this to you guys in an organized format, with some visuals and like some worksheets, and let you guys know how you can access this information all in one place. So you guys have been good. Those are some good questions. I really would love to see some more questions. So I love you, and I think that's it for now. Don't forget to mark your calendar for my show on the 16th, and then also your show 6 weeks from now. So I certainly hope that this makes you think and that this gives you a way to make some money quickly. And your show doesn't need to be 6 weeks from now. Maybe you already have a body of work. Maybe you could have a show like tomorrow, but you're going to want to give yourself some lead time for marketing, which is a whole nother bag, guys. So I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye.